And certainly if you know someone who's had cancer, you know how horrible it is even just to hear that word. And for children, even worse, which is a devastating diagnosis for the whole family. But this is Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month.
Yep, and our better buddy Melissa Cole, she met up with a family who's really trying to spread the message. Take a look.
We're doing this puzzle.
Reagan Keeney of West Hartford is a typical 4-year-old girl who loves puzzles and dancing.
This is my new room.
And especially her fish.
His name is Goldie Regina.
But rewind almost 3 years and you'll see a very different picture. November 3rd, 2010 brought horrible news to the Keeney family.
And then our doctor came in and, told us your daughter has cancer.
Reagan had a series of colds and fevers, a bump on the back of her neck. Everything checked out fine in routine doctor appointments. But when she became unusually lethargic, Mary and Bill took her to Connecticut Children's Medical Center. The diagnosis? An aggressive form of leukemia.
So, I mean, had that thought even crossed your mind up until that point?
We thought she had either because the runny nose and everything. We went to the ER thinking, okay, maybe we're going into the fall. Maybe she's coming out with the flu. Maybe it's like a serious sinus infection.
And I had thought maybe the abscess behind her neck, which had gotten a little bit bigger at that time, was a backed up gland that needed draining. I thought, okay, maybe they'll have to IV her and drain it and we'll be home tomorrow.
That was far from what happened.
She was in the hospital for 6 months. I work full time. The insurance is through me, so I had to continue working. We had Liam, who at the time was 4. Charlotte was 3.
Mary stayed at the hospital Monday through Friday with Reagan, while Bill cared for their other 2 children and worked from home. On the weekends, they switched.
And they have to treat it so aggressively because it's an aggressive cancer that they completely wipe out your immune system in the process. So there was 5 rounds of chemotherapy.
It was a rocky time with several infections, one which was septic, weeks in an isolation room, but the chemo worked. Reagan is in remission.
Wow, did you see Mickey Mouse?
Yes.
What the Keenies are focusing on now is raising awareness. They're part of a group called Colin's Crew. Colin of Wallingford is also in remission. The group helps families all over Connecticut going through similar situations. Together, they made a video to show the harsh reality of childhood cancer. And here you are. 36 kids are diagnosed every day in this country.
CCMC alone gets 75 to 85 new diagnoses a year, and 15 of those kids won't survive.
Here's another shocking fact.
For every dollar that is raised for cancer, 1 penny goes to pediatric funding, which is just kind of shocking. And it's, for us who have been through it, it's makes us mad. It's because with awareness leads to funding, and funding leads to research, and research is the only way that they're going to be able to create the drugs that these kids need to beat these cancers and to find a cure ultimately.
As for Reagan, she gets checkups every 3 months and continues to light up the room wherever she goes.
Wow!
But cancer and hope for a cure will always be part of this family's story.
Pediatric cancer is not rare, that it's right around your corner. But these children, they need our help. We're the only ones who can advocate for them. They can't advocate for themselves.
Thank you very much.
That's just, what a heart-wrenching piece.
And Melissa Cole's here now. She joins us.
Yeah, sadly, that little girl at the end, she was from Connecticut. She didn't make it. I think it's like 1 out of every 5 kids don't make it.
I was so surprised, and Scott was too, when we just learned that only 1 penny out of every dollar raised for cancer goes to pediatric, and you would think that's something that we're all wanting to help children live out their lives.
I mean, I was shocked. I had no idea. So, when they came back from the hospital, they were really kind of wondering what charities they were going to team up with, and they found Cure Search because 80% of the money raised goes directly toward childhood cancer research. So there's a big event coming up this weekend at Bushnell Park. It's the Cure Search Walk. It's at 9 a.m. You can register ahead of time or just show up at 9 a.m. at Bushnell Park, even if you just want to make a donation on their website, $5, $10, whatever. And 80% of all the Cure Search money goes right back to childhood cancer. So it's a great organization.
Great story. Thanks, Melissa.
Thanks, Melissa.
All right. Hey, you know what? Are you hungry?
I actually am.
Oh, we're going to be making pork chops.
Stuffed with Gouda cheese.
Stuffed with cheese, and it's all from Mike from Big Y. This is
yummy,
look at
yummy.
this delicious.